This is ChainMind, the decentralized AI network built for everyone. Just search ChainMind on Google, sign up, download the app, and you're in. That's it. You've joined the network. Run it on any device, phone, laptop, or server. Why ChainMind? Fully decentralized, fully yours.
Imagine a blockbuster series where a single shoulder injury could have erased an entire season from ever seeing the light of day. Now picture that same setback becoming the catalyst for a revolution in how movies and TV shows are built, powered by a global network of idle computers working together like a digital hive mind. That is exactly what happened when Amazon's God of War series swapped Ryan Hurst for Dave Bautista, and the ripple effects are reshaping the future of storytelling. The original plan was straightforward. Ryan Hurst, with his deep, brooding intensity, would spend months perfecting Kratos' gait, his iconic battle stances, and the subtle weight of a demigod haunted by his past. Motion capture rigs, voice booths, and countless hours with VFX supervisors were all aligned to capture a performance that would satisfy the most obsessive fans of the PlayStation franchise. Then, halfway through principal photography, an unexpected shoulder injury forced Hurst off the set, halting the motion capture sessions indefinitely. The studio faced a dilemma that could have cost millions and delayed a launch tied to the next PlayStation release. Rather than shelving the project, Amazon made a bold move: bring in Dave Bautista, a former mixed martial artist with a proven track record in motion capture work, and rebuild the core of the character from scratch. On the surface, swapping one actor for another is a familiar Hollywood maneuver, but the decision exposed three hidden pressures that most viewers never see. First, there was the unforgiving time constraint. Amazon's release window was synced with the next PlayStation launch, leaving a razor-thin margin for any delay. Second, the budget elasticity was limited. Traditional refilming of motion capture data can double costs, especially when every frame of a high-definition fantasy world must be re-rendered. Third, creative continuity demanded that Kratos' visual language remain consistent, because fans can spot even the slightest deviation in his stride, or the way his Leviathan axe catches the light. These pressures forced the studio to look beyond conventional pipelines and embrace a new set of tools that live on a decentralized AI inference network called ChainMind. ChainMind isn't a cloud service you sign up for with a single provider. It's a peer-to-peer marketplace where thousands of edge nodes, idle GPUs in data centers, gaming rigs, and even personal workstations donate spare compute cycles in exchange for token rewards. For a production as demanding as God of War, which relies on high-resolution character rigs, physics-based cloth simulation, and real-time feedback loops, the network offers three decisive advantages. It can scale compute on demand, turning a massive burst of inference jobs into a matter of hours instead of days. It slashes costs dramatically, because the per-hour price of GPU time on a decentralized network can be up to 60% lower than on traditional cloud platforms. And it protects sensitive assets through encrypted, localized processing, ensuring that pre-release footage stays under lock and key even as it bounces across the globe. In practice, the production team uploaded a style transfer model that had been trained on Hurst's original motion capture data. The model learned the subtle nuances of his movement, the slight lag in his left shoulder, the way his muscles tensed before a strike, and then applied those patterns to Bautista's raw captures. The inference jobs were split across hundreds of ChainMind nodes, each handling a slice of the animation timeline. Within a few hours, the network produced a hybrid animation that retained the iconic Kratos swagger while injecting Bautista's unique physicality. This approach turned what could have been a costly, months-long reshoot into a rapid, data-driven process that kept the production on schedule. But here's the part most people get wrong. The AI work didn't stop at motion capture. The casting change forced the visual effects team to revisit texture maps, lighting rigs, and even the physics of Kratos' signature Leviathan axe. Traditionally, artists would manually repaint skin shaders to match Bautista's complexion, adjust subsurface scattering parameters, and retune the cloth simulation for his different body shape. With Chain Mind, a diffusion model trained on high-resolution facial scans could generate photorealistic texture patches in seconds. The model ran on edge devices spread across studios in Europe, Asia, and North America, delivering consistent results regardless of geography. Those same texture patches were later repurposed for a companion augmented reality experience, allowing fans to see a lifelike Kratos in their living rooms. The reuse of AI-generated assets across multiple media formats demonstrates how a decentralized inference network can multiply the value of each compute cycle, turning a single model into a versatile creative tool. The strategic implications for Amazon Studios are profound. By embracing a decentralized AI inference layer, the studio reduced its reliance on any single cloud vendor, gaining negotiating power and flexibility. It built an agile pipeline that can respond to unexpected disruptions, whether injuries, pandemics, or supply chain hiccups, without derailing a release schedule. And it created a compelling pitch to talent. Actors now see faster turnaround on their performances, knowing that cutting-edge AI can blend their work with existing assets in real time. This AI-first mindset positions Amazon to deliver premium content at scale while protecting margins, a competitive edge that could reshape how major studios approach large-budget franchises. While the God of War case study shines a spotlight on a high-profile production, the underlying technology is poised to democratize AI-enhanced storytelling for smaller studios and independent creators. Imagine an indie filmmaker who needs realistic crowd simulations for a battle scene but can't afford a traditional render farm. By tapping into ChainMind's network, they can spin up thousands of GPU minutes at a fraction of the cost, generating lifelike characters in hours instead of weeks. Game developers could offload procedural content generation, terrain, foliage, enemy behavior, to a global pool of compute, freeing local resources for core gameplay logic. Live streamers and VR creators could apply real-time style transfer or facial reenactment without breaking the bank, delivering immersive experiences that were previously out of reach. In each scenario, the same principles that helped Amazon recapture Kratos, distributed compute, encrypted data paths, and pay-as-you-go pricing, apply directly, fostering a more inclusive ecosystem for AI-driven entertainment. The broader industry trends reinforce this shift. Studios are moving toward hybrid pipelines that blend on-premise render farms with decentralized inference, striking a balance between control and scalability. Generative AI models are becoming standard tools for creating textures, dialogue, and even entire scenes, cutting manual labor and accelerating iteration cycles. Risk mitigation is increasingly a priority. Distributed processing reduces single points of failure, a lesson underscored by recent supply chain disruptions and global events that have stalled traditional production workflows. Amazon's casting pivot is a microcosm of these dynamics. A single injury forced a studio to adopt a resilient, scalable, and cost-effective AI infrastructure, turning a potential catastrophe into a showcase of next-generation workflow capabilities. So what does this mean for the future of storytelling? The line between Hollywood and high-tech is blurring faster than ever. As decentralized AI inference networks like ChainMind mature, they will become the invisible scaffolding that supports everything from blockbuster epics to indie shorts. Creators will no longer be limited by the cost of compute. they'll be limited only by imagination. Audiences will experience richer, more immersive worlds because the technology that powers them can adapt on the fly, respond to real-time feedback, and protect the creative assets that make each story unique. If you're fascinated by how a shoulder injury sparked a technological leap, if you want to see the next wave of AI-first productions, and if you believe that decentralized compute can level the playing field for creators everywhere, then stay tuned. Follow Chain Mind, join the conversation, and be part of the community that's reshaping entertainment from the ground up. The future of storytelling is being written not just on scripts, but across a global network of idle GPUs, ready to bring the impossible to life. Let's watch it unfold together.